Hello, and welcome to the first episode of the Zwicky Chemical Factory. I am your host, Adam Miller, and today I will be introducing a new and exciting citizen science project where you can work with us to classify the spectra of supernovae, exploding stars in distant galaxies. These exploding stars are incredibly important towards our understanding of how the universe evolves and how things mix and form within galaxies. If you would like to work on the project, the first thing to do is to navigate to the Zwicky Chemical Factory website. You can do that either by Googling Zwicky Chemical Factory, or you can navigate to zooniverse.org and then find the project on the Zooniverse, or finally you can use the short URL which is shown here on the screen. So if we enter zwicky.tf/LOO, one more time, zwicky.tf/LOO, that will take us to the Zwicky Chemical Factory. Here you can see the homepage for the project, which includes links to a lot of different areas where you can get information about what we are doing. We recommend that you create an account with the universe and then sign in every time you want to perform classifications, as that gives you the best way to communicate with us should you have any questions while doing this work. Let's jump into it, shall we? We begin by clicking on Get Started, and there we have a short tutorial that pops up. As I'm also running through a tutorial now, I'm going to close out of that window and instead tell you about the project. For the Zwicky Chemical Factory, we are taking spectra from distant explosions, and then we want to figure out what type of explosion we have observed. The best way to do this is to compare our new observations to historical observations of very well-studied, well-understood supernovae. So in the main panel, shown in the left part of the screen here, you can see a thin gray line, and those are our new observations. On top of that, you will see a thick blue line, and the blue line represents the historical template supernova that we are comparing to the new observations. For every supernova, we provide 5 potential matches, and then we want you to select the best match and click on it here in the panel to the right. To look at the different matches, you can select the radio buttons right below the spectra that are being displayed. So the first match is shown on the left. We can also look at match 2, then match 3, match 4, and match 5. In this case, the first 4 matches look pretty good, but this 5th one does not do a good job of replicating many of the significant absorption or emission features that we see in this particular spectrum. You can also toggle quickly through each of the potential matches by clicking the play button in the lower left-hand corner. Now that we have seen this one example, I will look at them and try to decide which one is the best. In this case, I think the first match lines up pretty well. We have deep absorption here, as well as some weaker absorption features that line up pretty well. The second match is similar, as is the third match, and the fourth. In this case, I think the fourth match is the one that most closely aligns the blue spectrum, the template, with the gray spectrum, the new observations. So I'm going to select match number 4. And if I was done and wanted to look at the next spectrum, you can click the Done button. If you see something interesting in the spectrum, or you want to ask a question of either us, the Zwicky Chemical Factory team, or other users of the project, you can click Done and Talk. And if you've created an account and you are logged in, you can then leave a comment about the object, maybe some way in which it looks strange, or something that is confusing about this particular source. If you need help figuring out what you need to do, you can click Need Some Help with this task, and that'll pop up a short window explaining what a good match looks like and what a bad match looks like. If none of the 5 template spectra provide a particularly good match, then you should select the No Good Match option and move on to the next spectrum. If you want to learn more about the physics of these explosions that are happening in distant galaxies, you can click on the field guide on the right, which pops up a window with more information about all of the different types of explosions that we study. You can also learn more about what we were doing by clicking on the About button, which has information about the team, where we collect our data, the science that we're hoping to accomplish, as well as a short frequently asked questions section. This concludes my introduction to the Zwicky Chemical Factory. We hope that you enjoy the project and look forward to working with you more in the future. Additional videos will be posted on this channel with information about the spectra, what we learn from them, and the different features that we look for when trying to classify something that has newly exploded.